Hi guys, it's Jody. Today's video, I want to continue my experimentation with the US Floetrol as pouring medium. The video before last is when we did the experiment, seeing if we could even use the US Floetrol for pouring medium, how it worked with the blooms. And I did more of an impromptu swipe at the end, but it was a little bit too small. It's harder to do swipes on smaller canvases. You know, they get kind of stretched out, so I like to go bigger with my swipes. So that is what we're going to do today. I have got kind of an idea in my head, but we're going to do you know, a little bit bigger of a canvas, more of like a rectangle shape too. But we're going to use just the US Floetrol for the pouring medium, and we're only going to use the US Floetrol cell activator as well. We all know how the Australian Floetrol works. It works with mud. I am convinced of it. So that's what we're going to do today. So let's go get started. I'm going to run through the paints and cell activator again. It's what we used when we were testing out the US Floetrol as pouring medium, and then also, you know, as a cell activator to see how that all worked out a few videos back. But I've still got these paints left over, and I wanted to do a bigger swipes and see what happens and how it works out. So without further ado, the paints again are the Pebeo Studio Acrylics, the Iridescent blue-green, and I will put, it's an estimate, the ratios of paint to the US Floetrol. I didn't measure when I did it. I was just squirting everything in, but I'll put it in the description box down below. I have to go back and refer to the other video. I know I put a description in that description box. I just don't remember. So I will put it down in the description box below. But anyway, here's that one. Again, this is just this paint in US Floetrol. And then this guy is the Atelier Free Flow, the red gold. And there's that mixed up. This is just US Floetrol and that paint. This was more like 1-to-1. The other two, I'm going to estimate they were 2-to-1 or 3-to-1. I'll write it down in the description box. But then this is the Dioxazine purple, the Matisse Flow. Again, this is US Floetrol and that paint. They are all, you know, a bit thinner than what I normally like to work with, but it did work well in you know, the video, and I'll link it as well in this video too, in case you haven't seen it. And then the cell activator I have, not even gonna, we all know the Australian Floetrol works with everything. So this one I have is my US Floetrol cell activator. With the Minwax, the glue, the ink, and the recipe, or the recipe for that is video number 16. In that video, I know some have asked, well, you know, I mixed up white paint and all that, the white ink. You can substitute the Amsterdam Oxide Black, because that's what I have here. And I will also link that down below. So with that, let's go have some fun painting with this. I'm super excited to do this on a bigger scale. All right, my canvas I have today, I've got an 8x16 canvas, and I'm going to be using the PPG Multi-Bro Pillow. So I'm going to get this all flooded. I'm going to do a pretty thin coat because I don't want to have to take off as much paint as I had to do last time. So I'll be right back. All right, I've got this all flooded. I think I'm going to stick with smaller, my smaller palette knife. So I'm going to get this loaded up, and I'll show you what we got. All right, I have got the black cell activator, the purple Dioxazine purple, the blue green, almost said blue black, and then the red gold. And I think I'm going to go kind of diagonal first. That way. So I want to try to keep stuff in the middle here as we spin it out. You know, we'll lose some of it. So I just kind of want to be mindful of that. I can't get over how that reacts. It's just so super cool. You can see that. All right, I'm going to load this up again. I am totally dying over this. I mean, just the cell reaction, both with the pillow and just with the, you know, what's on the palette knife. I love all of this. It's super responsive. I'm so excited to see how this spins out. I'm done playing. Let's go spin this out and see what we get out of it. Bring this up just so you can see a little bit closer. I don't know how well you saw it over there, but that is what we have. Now, let's give this guy a spin. Oof. All right, I want to spin and guide, spin and guide. I want to try and keep a lot of the color, but I want to expand some of the cells too. I don't mind if some of this down here comes off, so I might move it down just a little bit this way. Ugh. Ah, so cool. All right, let's go this way some more. Oops. Actually, I want to bring that down. I want to take some of that off right there and expand this and then bring it back up. I really like what's happening. Okay. Now, let's, sorry if it's not all the way in view. I want to get it to go back where I want it because I'm going to spin it a little bit more. Okay. All right, right there. Ooh, this is just coming along really nice. I love the middle. I want to get this over just a little. Take a little bit off over here, a little bit more. I don't have a lot of paint to play with because I did put the pillow on a bit thin, so, but I also don't want to overstretch and or spin. So we're almost there, I think. Let's bring that back over that way. Okay. There we go. That was a nice healthy spin. Oh, I actually like it this way. Vertical. All right, let's go this way if we can. Sorry, it's not all the way in view, but I'm going to get over to this corner here. All right. Oh, this has opened up so nice. I want to just give it, I think, one more little spin. Yeah, we're there. We are there. I'm not getting barely any movement out of this, but I am loving the movement in this piece. And there's a few different ways I actually like it. So, but there's what we got right now. I'm going to get cleaned up and I will bring you over for the flyover of this guy. All right, here it is as a whole. And I'm still in awe over the response that I'm using US Floetrol as a pouring medium and also as a cell activator. But let me bring you in and show you. I mean, there is definitely some really nice shimmers from that blue green, but I mean, just the response. And I love the mix of the pillow cells as well as the mixed color cells. So, and I just love the flow and the vibe of all of it. And I did get, it looks like some kind of white cells were coming in with the orange cells. It actually made these really cool looking things, but this is probably my favorite. All right in here, just how it flows. I absolutely love that. And then over here, I'm so happy I got to keep a lot of the color, unlike my last one. It looks like a little woodpecker, like a woody woodpecker. One of my favorite cartoons as a child, but I am so excited to see how this dries. So I'll be back once it's dried to show you the dried results. All right, here is how this piece dried. I am so excited that it didn't move around. It didn't, you know, the cells didn't grow bigger. This seems to be the trend, you know, when we did the blooms, and then that swipe in the other video, 2 videos back. But everything stayed put and dried really beautifully. So let me bring you in and show you all the details, and I will also pick it up and kind of give you a view that way as well. But let's just kind of zoom in. I love the flow of this, and I love the pillow cells mixed with these colored cells here. But everything just dried beautifully. It does dry because we're just using a Floetrol as our pouring medium. It does dry a bit more matte, but it's growing on me. I'm really kind of digging it. I love this. This is probably my favorite spot right here. How it flows. Right in there. A lot of purple in this piece, but the cell response, I'm still dying. There's my woodpecker. I love it. It looks like he's kind of speeding along there. But yeah, it just dried beautifully. Let me pick this up for you. You can see it better at an angle. You can see the subtle shimmer of the blue. It's going to, whether I varnish or resin, it's gonna work out really nicely. But you can see it does dry a bit more. Floetrol does dry a bit matte, but I'm totally digging this. This is probably my favorite orientation, but I think I also like it that way as well. Let's move it around all 4 ways just so you can see it. Here's the kind of upside down what we had with the horizontal. Here is the other vertical view. So that one looks really nice too. So let me know what orientation you like best out of this. I actually prefer the horizontal, but I want to hear from you. So I am going to flip you around and give you my final thoughts. I'm still floored that this is just US Floetrol for pouring medium and cell activator. When I started the blooms technique, you know, it was more, okay, you need the Australian Floetrol, and we didn't really have a good recipe for US Floetrol as a cell activator. You know, it kind of evolved as the technique evolved, and you know, but Australian Floetrol has always worked. Just, it's the magic sauce, but I forget how cool the US Floetrol is. So I'm glad I'm doing these videos. I am totally going to mix up my US Floetrol cell activator recipe where I tested it out at the higher ratio, where I did like kind of 9 to 10 to 1. I haven't tried it yet. We just did with the OG US Floetrol cell activator recipe with the Minwax and all that. We all know that works. That works really well, as you saw. But now I want to see, okay, what if we just use Floetrol for everything, and, you know, then we just have a pillow. I used the PPG, the Multi-Pro in this one, but my mind's already thinking ahead. What if we mixed like Amsterdam paint or an acrylic white paint and Floetrol? Use that for your pillow, use US Floetrol for your pouring medium, and then use US Floetrol for your cell activator. We're going to test that. Yeah, we're definitely going to test that in a future video. But let me know what you thought of this video. I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. The orientation of this piece. Have you tried this using the US Floetrol for blooms or swipes, or, you know, something similar to what I'm doing here? I would love to hear your thoughts on it. So with that, thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.